people make religions out of that without realizing it.
Yeah. Okay. That's so to you, it's possible that might actually be true, that there's this one God, and that you might have a specific interpretation of him which might not be that accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look, we wouldn't know. Like, how do you know? For sure.
That is the question.
Yeah.
How would you go about trying to find out?
You just wait.
Okay.
You just wait and keep trusting like that.
This camera is being a bit finicky. Cool. My name is Ben.
I'm Jennie.
Jennie.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Jennie. Would you mind if we just maybe stand over here?
Yeah.
Just want to try not to catch too much of the traffic noise. But J-E-I-E.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Were you writing now?
I'm gonna write it off just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Still a long time.
How's it been going?
Good, actually. It's been really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
BSc biology.
Very cool.
No.
Not.
It's so much work. It's fun, but yeah.
Okay. Is it something you're very interested in?
I'm still adapting to everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it can be very stressful.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but it's fun.
Awesome. So, what belief would you like to talk about?
Like, well, I am Catholic Christian.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. Catholic Christian. I'd like to get it to kind of a truth claim.
Yeah.
Something about reality. So, what would be a fair summation of a truth claim in Catholic Christianity?
Oh, geez, I'm not sure actually. Like.
An easy one might be God exists.
Well,
prayer works.
Yeah, God exists. And
Okay.
I know, like most Catholic churches has this. We pray through saints. With ours, I don't think like the priest is really that into it. Like,
Okay.
Like really, it's like basically it's like asking. He explained it like you can just as well ask like your friend or whatever to pray for you as well. It's the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
So yeah, that's or that idea. People really have that wrong usually. So, but yeah.
Okay, cool. That's very interesting.
Yeah, God exists.
Cool. So the Christian God exists.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can you just tell me a bit about what this belief means to you? What your kind of definition of God is?
Okay, so my definition of God is like they say He lives in all of us.
Okay.
So He is true. I really feel like He's here all the time.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you're doing or what you're thinking. Even if you're feeling like lost, He doesn't love me anymore and all of that.
Okay.
Like that happens to everyone. So even through those times, and if you get back on your feet and you're like, oh, this isn't actually that bad, like you'll realize, but He did this for me and He helped me with this and He got me through this, and like afterwards like, why did I even doubt it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. If you had to rate your confidence on whether this is the truth on a scale of 0 to 100,
Yeah.
where 0 would be, you're not sure of this at all, you've just got questions, and 100 would be, you're all confidence, no questions on whether this is the truth.
Okay, so I would say like 90%.
90, okay.
I think most of us like doubt sometimes.
Okay.
And then that's when I feel He's like, well, don't doubt me. Like, you'll be on your knees for doubting me. And then when you get back up and He just shows you this amazing world and amazing things. So yeah, I feel like keeping the belief is really important.
Okay, keeping the belief is really important. Cool. So, what convinces you most that the God exists?
Well, I've experienced, I wouldn't call it a miracle, but
Okay.
times you can actually realize, wow, He actually saved me there and He actually looked after me. Or like, let's say I was crossing the road and just right after I crossed the road, someone's in an accident. Like, He protected me from that. It could have been me. Like, situations where you're like, wow, it just happened a split second after I got out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, that definitely is to me like unprotected.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you never had experiences like that in your life, where you were in danger potentially, or you had this slight miss where something bad could have happened but it didn't, do you think you would still have held the belief as strong as you do?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Okay.
I've grown up in a Christian family, Christian house all my life.
Okay.
So I think it would, and you get the stories, even if it didn't happen to me personally, you like hear the stories. And, like, who wouldn't believe your mom if she tells you something? Like, you really have to think really otherwise to not believe your mom. So
Yeah. Okay. So the fact that your mom told you some of these stories, that she was a very convincing part of the belief?
of course, yeah. And
Okay.
church as well. Like, I
And
realized
church.
if I don't go to church on a Sunday, like the following week would be just like everything will go wrong. And then if you go to church, like, okay,
that's
it's
interesting.
fine, life's
Okay.
okay, I can do this. Yeah, like I think it just really lifts your spirits and it gives you motivation for the week. So I think
Okay.
that really helps.
If you mentioned a bunch of different reasons now. If we had to go and like chart them out and say, Jennie, which of these is to you the core of this belief, the pillar on which all of the rest kind of stand, what would you say is that the part of the belief for you, or
Well, like
the reason?
I said, keeping the faith.
Okay.
Like, just keep believing, keep staying positive. Like, I know there's been actual like scientific research between positive and negative thinking. Even if
Okay.
you're not like believing in a god or something, just the positive thinking part of it really influences you and how your day works out. Like, it's hard to be positive, but it works. It really does.
It's hard to be positive.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially
have you
in your
seen the
first
world?
year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So faith is a very interesting word to me,
Yeah.
because to different people it might have different meanings.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your definition of faith?
Keep believing.
Okay.
Keep believing. Just keep trusting in God. Just trust that even if this doesn't feel like this is going to be this should be happening, just trust that He has got a plan. This is happening for a reason. Just keep trusting Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be fair to kind of call it trust?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust.
Okay, cool. This trust is a mechanism which you use to conclude, to hold that high confidence as the belief. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, how kind of does that work? Can somebody trust in something and it not be true?
I suppose so. Like, take a person for instance. A lot of people go out and just trusting people, and they've got this so friendly and charming and all of that, but behind the scenes, like, they're stabbing you in the back or something.
Okay.
So that does happen, but like, I don't feel like that would be happening with God. Like,
Okay.
no.
What convinces you that is not the case with God?
That is not the case of God. Well, in the Bible it says He's a forgiving God.
Okay.
Like, He will punish you, but not because like, oh, I want to punish you, it's so fun. It's because you have to learn through experiences and realize, okay, this is what I'm here for, or this is what I have to do with my life, or this is why I exist. Yeah.
Okay, so the Bible paints God in a picture, or in a way where you can't see that He would be that person who doesn't deserve the trust necessarily.
And it also, I think it depends on how you as a person interpret the Bible. There are
Okay.
so many different interpretations. Like, I feel like it depends from person to person.
Okay. Your interpretation of this, that kind of gets you to the point where you say, cool, I can trust in God. How did you come to that interpretation?
Well, as I said, I've experienced it.
Okay.
Like, I know He saved me and I know He's protected me. Like, I think without God I wouldn't be able to study, because we don't have the finances to study.
Gosh, I'm
just
so sorry
right
to hear
before I got like accepted and whatever, my mom inherited enough money to sustain me for 2 years.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, wow, this is cool. I'm supposed to be here. Like, I have to work hard. I have to be doing this.
Okay. So the personal experience, for example, and thank you for sharing that. That's very nice. I'm really glad you can be here, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. So many people don't have that.
Yeah, and I'm actually helping the lady who works for us, helping her daughter out as well to go to university, and it's just, it's if you think about what that kind of opens up for you in life, it's amazing. You can really change your entire life by being here.
And other people people's lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's great. If we had a guy walk up to us and he's from a completely different religion, maybe he believes in the Greek gods, he believes in Zeus or whatever,
Yeah.
and there's somebody who's completely impartial. They might not have been raised in a specific religion, and they listen to the two of you, and they're interested in finding the true God to follow.
Yeah.
If that person, then the guy who believes in Zeus, also uses faith, so trust, to conclude that the God is real,
Yeah.
how would the person who's impartial figure out which one is true?
Okay, so I've watched a video as well, a documentary about this guy. I think he went into like 27 different religions.
Okay.
And he said the basis is all the same. Like all of them believe in a higher force.
Okay.
And maybe just all of them have a different name for the same person. Like I couldn't judge anyone or force him to be what I want him to be or what I am. Like that's entirely his choice. But maybe like we've got it all wrong. Like maybe all of these different religions are all actually praying to the same person. They just have different names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
How convincing was that documentary to you, just for interest's sake?
Well, I think like feeling that person feeling to have to jump between all the religions, he must have been really lost in himself, and then realized that the basis is all the same. Everything has got the same grounds. Everyone's basic foundation is built on the same things. So this is not so bad actually.
Okay. Do you think that's a accurate summation of world religions?
No, like there are many, there are people who like just don't believe in God, like that's nonsense, just don't even talk to me about it, and people who think that the devil is their God, and it's like stuff like that happens. So not all religions, and I definitely feel like religions praying to things, like an actual thing that's on earth.
Okay.
I don't think that could come to the same principle.
Okay.
Because in the Bible it says as well, you shouldn't pray to any other gods, and that includes people, money, lust, all of that. Like people make religions out of that without realizing it. Yeah.
Okay. That's so to you, it's possible that might actually be true, that there's this one God, and that you might have a specific interpretation of him which might not be that accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look, we wouldn't know. Like, how do you know for sure?
That is the question.
Yeah.
How would you go about trying to find out?
You just wait.
Okay.
You just wait and keep trusting. Like that's.
What do you mean with you just wait?
You just wait and see. Like you're not going to realize it while you're still on Earth. Like no one's going to figure that out.
Okay.
Unless God actually comes to you and says, "Listen, this is me. This is who I am," and then comes the doubt and what if this is a false prophet? Because there's been so many of those.
So while we're still on Earth, there's, if I hear you correctly, while we're still on Earth, there's not really a way.
I wouldn't think so, no. Because I think like just live the best life you can be, you can live. Don't like lie and steal and do things that in other people's eyes are also inhumane. Like just be honest, be a good person, help people. I feel like even if you don't believe in God and heaven is where you're gonna go, then if you've been a good person throughout your life, like he would still be like, well, you haven't done anything really wrong, so
I might be wrong, but to me a lot of the religions seem to not be exactly on the same page.
Yeah.
In terms of that there are other factors which come in rather than just good deeds, which will lead to you being rewarded. So do you think it's important to try and find the truth about these God claims?
Well, I would think so. Like, I think it would make the religion easier. Yeah, definitely.
If we can't figure it out well, there's no way for us to figure it out before we're dead. Can we ever say that we're justified to have a high confidence?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Like, for me, being a person who's experienced it, I definitely have a high confidence in God. So.
Okay. So the experience justifies the high confidence.
Yeah.
And if we go back to the guy who believes in Zeus,
Yeah.
and I mean he prays and he sees these things happen in his life, which really just makes him conclude, you know, my personal experience is this is real, this is working for me.
Yeah.
Could he also be at 90% in this belief based on that?
Yeah, as I say, it depends on person to person.
Okay.
We cannot force anyone to follow any kind of religion, or if it works
Absolutely.
for him, it works for him.
And
Just
I'm one of those guys.
Don't be a bad person. That's all I'm saying. Just don't be a bad person.
I completely agree with you. To me, it's everybody everybody has the right to believe in exactly what they want to, and I feel so strongly about that. You know, I'll fight for it.
Yeah.
But the question is: it possible then that guy is wrong about whether Zeus exists?
Well, he could be wrong. We could be wrong.
Okay.
Like everyone could be wrong. So.
Well, there's no way of figuring out until he's dead that he's wrong.
No.
Okay. So, if he can be wrong, and there's no way that he can figure out now that he can be wrong, is 90% the place where he should be?
If he feels so, yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Last question, maybe. If he is at the 90%, 90% maybe, it can mean different things to different people, but 90% is way up there, as in, I'm very confident that this is true, okay? Can that 90% make him kind of overlook things which are counter to this belief which he has arrived at?
It depends on how open-minded he is,
Okay.
I think. It all depends on the person. Like, some people are like, just got eye claps on and don't want to hear anything else.
Yeah.
And, it just depends on how open-minded he is and what he's willing to take in, and like he has to decide for himself, okay, what's happening.
Okay. And those personal experiences that he has are going to probably be very formative in that process.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, Jenny. Thanks. That was a very cool conversation.
Thanks.
What did you think about the conversation?
Oh, well, it was interesting. It was
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Let me give you a card. So if you'd ever like to chat again, I'd be more than happy to.
Thanks.
There's my email address at the front.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Enjoy
Cool.
the day.
You too. Thanks. Bye, Jenny.